If you're manifesting your SP or anything else and you want your manifestation fast, like lightning speed, like you're snapping your finger and it's just showing up, then you should start ignoring the negative Nellies. If you want to know what I'm talking about, then stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to another rousing episode of Spill the Tea Tuesday. My name is Flossie and I'm like the funniest, wittiest mindset coach as well as your OG hype you up rampage queen here on YouTube. If you would like one-on-one coaching with me, links will be in the description box below. I am going to have a Valentine's Day sale. I need to make a flyer and put everything up, so be on the lookout for that. I'll probably post it on the community page or what have you, but you know, I've said in multiple videos, you don't need to have coaching. If you do want to have coaching, feel free to go ahead and you know, go onto the website, but everything is in the videos and you can just learn from there. The power is all within you. But if you do decide that you want, you know, to chat with me and talk about your manifestation, we can do that. So anyway, links will be in the description box below. As you know, as usual, I do go over the calendar. So this says, wake up, conquer the fucking world, repeat. Yeah, why? Absolutely, you're conquering the fucking world as the opera empowers your reality, where you can literally be, do, have anything that you want. So why the fuck not? Why the fuck not affirm and persist for what you want and have your 3D reality conform? Facts. Because I'm one in a fucking million and so are you. You're literally the opera and power of your reality. You're the god of your reality. Your reality wouldn't even exist without you. So it says, this one's like, treat yourself to some fucking discount chocolate, bitches. We have SPs buying us chocolate. We don't need to go get discount chocolate, period. And this says, oh shit, did I roll my eyes too loud at the 3D that I don't give a fuck about if it's not in line with my manifestation? Because that 3D hood shit bullshit don't fly up in my reality. Because I'm exhausted from being so fucking awesome. Actually, I'm not. I'm empowered and energetic because I'm so fucking awesome, affirming and persistent until I get my shit. You guys are getting your shit too. So without further ado, the topic of this video is ignoring the negative Nellies. What am I talking about? The negative Nellies are the idiots in your 3D reality that always have something negative to say about your manifestations. And they're the ones that try to feed your mind full of these negative thoughts about how you're not going to have your shit, listing all these made up 3D reasons about why what you want is impossible, improbable, not going to happen for you. You know what you do to that? Yeah, tell them to shut the fuck up is what you do, as far as I'm concerned. So this is one of the reasons that I say don't go whining, complaining, and sniveling to everyone and their mother in your 3D reality about the things in your 3D reality that aren't going in your favor, that aren't going in line with your manifestation. Why? Because when you complain about SP or your money or the job or school or whatever, first of all, that's just reaffirming that you don't have what you want. Secondly, now you have a whole group of people who want to be negative Nellies and who want to constantly remind you of why you literally don't have what you want, or that you're not going to have what you want, particularly if it comes to SP. If you and SP have something happen in the 3D reality, let's say, the relationship is on the rocks. Let's say you manifest a third party. Let's say you're in no contact. Let's say that SP turned into Chewbacca, growling, snarling, carrying on, acting a fool, not being the dude or chick from 50 Shades of Grey, just, combination of, I don't know, a Chihuahua and Homer Simpson all rolled into one, acting a buffoon. That's what the fuck the people in your 3D reality are going to talk to you about. If you bitch to them about SP being Chewbacca, and every time, you've done with your spiral, you get back on the horse, you're affirming and persisting, they're going to keep bringing up Chewbacca. That's what a lot of people do, is they're going to be, if you mention anything about SP, oh, why the fuck would you want to be with him or her? Why would you even talk to them? They're this, they're that. Men are dogs, women are hoes, whatever it is that's going to come out of their mouth, it's going to be something stupid, and it's just going to be not in line with your manifestation. So what do you do about the negative Nellies who are talking to you about, you being broke, or you not having a job, or you not doing this, or you having bad grades, or you and SP, this, that, and the other thing? First of all, we're going to stick whatever they say in the trash where it belongs. Because even though one of the ways that we form assumptions is by a person in a position of trust, aka a friend, a family member, whatever, telling us something, and our mind wants to have a buy-in on it just because they say it. So our mind wants to think that it could possibly be true, which is why it needs to go in the garbage can so that you don't form an assumption based on what they're saying. We're going to start taking a different path. First of all, you're no longer going to complain to these individuals when things in your 3D reality get a little shady, because you don't want these people to come like a swarm of locusts back to you to start reminding you of every negative thing that you said, or asking you about the situation, what's going on, or reminding you whatever happened in the 3D. So first thing, number one, don't ever go to these people to begin with, especially if you know that they're the people that bring up everything time and time again and throw it in your face. Like, you know, when people go to the fair and they throw pies in that person's face, yeah, these are the negative Nellies. They're just throwing the shit in your face, period. So number one, don't even complain to them to begin with. Number two, if in the 3D, somebody comes up to you and wants to say something negative about SP, so what's going on with SP? Are you still trying to get with that fool? Or are you still broke as fuck? Whatever. You say something very simple. I don't really want to talk about right now. I'm focusing on myself. That's not a lie. You are focusing on you. Why? Because you're affirming and persisting for you so that your 3D reality can conform. So you can just look at them and honestly say, I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm focused on myself. I don't feel like talking about that right now. For some reason, a lot of us think that if someone asks us a question, that we have to answer their question. We don't have to tell people shit. We don't even have to tell things to the police. Okay? So, you know, you've got rights. You've got rights to protect your own stuff. You got rights to protect your own mind. It is your reality. If you don't want to tell people your business, then do not tell them. When they come up to bother you and to ask you questions and prod and poke and want to talk all that smack, you just talk to the hand, yo. I'm not talking to you, period. So you just literally, I don't want to talk about that right now. You don't have to tell anybody shiznit. You don't have to tell them shit. Facts. If they do say something, I would be la da 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 in my head while I'm affirming and persistent in my head. But anyway, number one, like I said, don't tell them anything to begin with. Number two, you know, if they do try to bring up the subject, you don't want to talk about it. You can get up and walk away. You can say, I don't want to talk about that. If you must, in the 3D, if they're badgering you to the point that you cannot escape, you can be like, you know, I don't know, I haven't talked to that person in a while, or, you know, I don't know, I'm working on things right now. I don't really know what to say about that. I don't have an answer for you. You know, there is something that you can say that is going to get them to go away. Even if it is, I don't know, I haven't talked to them. I don't have an answer about that. I don't really want to talk. I'm focusing on me. You know, there are ways to get around it. First thing to do is to avoid having that even in the first place. If you are affirming just in general, people don't bother me about anything I don't want to talk about. Everyone leaves me the fuck alone. People aren't going to bother you about anything you don't want to talk about, and what they're going to leave you the fuck alone. So you can get rid of some of this stuff and stick it straight in the garbage can by literally deciding straight out of the gate that people don't bother you in the first place. That was one of the things I affirmed and persisted for a while in my 3D, when people were trying to bother me and bring up a bunch of 3D circumstances that I didn't give a shiznit about, that I didn't feel like talking about. So that's thing, you know, I guess, not that I'm going to call it number one, but you can do a variety of these things combined to not have your 3D reality constantly reaffirmed to you by these negative ass Nellies who aren't the manifestors of your reality anyway. You're the manifester. So, you know, you're going to decide what these people are going to bring forth to you. Number one, like I said, don't run your mouth in the first place. Number two, don't choose to talk about it when they try to bring it up. I don't feel like talking about it. I want to be left alone. I'm working on myself right now. I don't have an answer for you. I literally don't know. While in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, my relationship is perfect. Even if you're telling them, I just don't know in the 3D. Affirm and persist that everyone leaves you the fuck alone. Nobody talks to you about anything you don't want to talk about. Period. And then you can see different versions of these people. If it's like your friends and you want to continue these friendships and they're always being negative about your manifestations or just negative about things in general, start seeing them as a positive person. So sometimes we have friends that only have negative things to say. Who are those friends? The ones that always have relationship problems, money problems. So they're telling you things that we're told in the 3D that you don't no longer want to associate with. Like, all men are dogs, all women are dogs. You know, money doesn't grow on trees. It's so hard to get money. Jobs are so hard to come by these days. Nobody can get a job. You know, school's getting harder and harder. Like, nobody can ace these tests. Nobody can get in this program. You see what I'm saying? Friends, family can be that way. You can just affirm, my friends and family are the most positive people on the face of this planet. They always have positive things to say. Everyone only wants to have positive conversations with me. So, you know, you can deal with the negative Nellies by affirming different versions of them as well. So I'm hoping this video is helpful to you. The main point of this video, because I am kind of a little bit caffeinated on my soda and a little bit rambly because I've worked all day and I needed some caffeine to have enough energy to make this video. And I think I've had too much caffeine now. But anyhow, the main point of this video is to try to get past the negative things that people want to say to you in your 3D reality about you, about your manifestations, about, you know, the concepts surrounding your manifestations. Because as I was saying earlier, one of the ways we form assumptions is by people in a position of trust telling us something, and our mind wants to just automatically have a buy-in that it could possibly be true. So it's really a great idea to shut down these negative people, to keep a clean mental diet. You know, it's really easy to manifest. You just affirm, have that repetition of thought, and keep that mental diet clean for what you want. It's just having that repetition of thought so that that 3D reality can conform. But sometimes things are going on in the 3D that can feel challenging. They can feel challenging, if you will, to navigate, like people wanting to be negative, people saying negative ass shit, people always throwing things in your face, people always trying to reaffirm the old story to you. So it's helpful to do a few things to either never have that started in the first place or nip it in the bud if it's going to start, because you don't need to have your 3D reality that's unfavorable constantly reaffirmed to you by someone outside of you when you're already working hard to affirm, persist, and keep that clean mental diet. So put the negative Nellies shit in the trash, straight where it belongs, along with tissue and anything else that's on my table that's useless, and keep affirming and persisting in just what? GYS, get your shit. So ignore the dog and the cat and all the other noises going on around here. But negative Nellies, yeah, you're gone out of my 3D reality, and they are now gone out of yours too. Just get them gone. Don't even give them any entertainment. Don't give them any of your attention, and keep affirming and persisting for what you want. So drop any comments, questions, or concerns below, because you know I always want to check them out. And as usual, I'll talk to you later. Bye.